Well, well. I'm just sick of this whole thing with Brexit. I'm sick of it all. I'm sick of all these politicians who think they speak for us. I'm sick and tired of hearing the exact same story over and over again. I think you guys are getting tired too. But it's even worse. I didn't think it was this bad. Now, it doesn't put down what Farage was able to achieve. It doesn't put down where we are as a country. But I'm finding it very hard to believe that with a party that just won a huge majority in the December's election, which is what? 8 months ago now? 7, 8 months ago? 8 months ago. That they seem to want to do everything what the minorities want to do, everything that the protesters want, everything that the opposition wants. The very people that voted them in get nothing from the deal. They get absolutely nothing. And I find so baffling was what Farage did recently. And that was, he went to this hotel and he says here, 48,000 illegal migrants are being housed by a public expense in hotels like this, costing the taxpayer $5 billion over the next 10 years. This scandal is only going to get worse. It's only getting worse, says. A bit further down before that tweet, he says, breaking a new record of 202 migrants reached the UK today. Looks like you're going to need some more hotels, Priti Patel. Yeah, the problem is, Farage, you're the one who got people to put them in the power in the first place. So, here you are, saying Labour are worse, and 3 months in, this is actually well before COVID even became a big story, 3 months in, and you're thinking, wait a minute, we might have made a mistake here. So if things are going so badly, and I mean so badly right now, they've got a situation where illegal migrants are being housed in hotels. What are you expecting exactly? What, put in slums instead? I don't understand this logic of people saying, well, what about we sort our own people out first? Well, regardless of the migration, the illegal migration, or the legal people coming legally into the country, makes no difference whatsoever. It doesn't affect what we have to deal with right now. We've got problems in London, and also in other cities with crime. These things are just getting worse. Breakdown of marriages, breakdown of children being left with single parents, a number of, God knows how many problems we have. I know people might think that COVID-19 is a problem, but it eventually will go away. The other problems will not go away. So it's all good going up there. Why aren't you on camera instead making a direct plea to the Home Secretary and the Prime Minister? Excuse me, but you've got to do something more than just this. Well, let me tell you this. Well, it turns out the Tories are actually have no interest whatsoever in doing what people wanted from Brexit. In fact, they seem to want to do everything that benefits the country financially. That's it. So, of course, that means cheap labour. That would also mean people coming from from countries outside of the UK, not just in Europe, but around the world. And so, I'm trying to wait for people to start thinking, why are France doing something about this? Why are they being a bit more harsh on this? Why is Farage still doing the usual claptrap that we see from the quote-unquote Brexiteers? And it is claptrap, and quite frankly I'm getting fed up of it. It's the same old crap I've seen over and over again. And via Kent_999s, says St Margaret's Bay, Dover Coast Guard and Border Force vessels have been very busy today trying to identify and locate small craft carrying migrants making the dangerous crossing from France. 5 males were seen arriving early this morning. Police were informed. There's something there. Let's have a look at that as well. If it loads up. So it's gone to a state now where we feel, well, okay, it's all in good. Yeah, it's probably better. It's all in good saying, well, things are funny. So these are the men. Hold on a minute. So these are the men who are from there. Top black trousers. It looks like the same people, yeah? Yeah, that's the same guy there. That's the same people. Everyone else gets angry with these people all the time saying, oh, it's them taking our jobs and so on and so forth. I don't understand this. I really don't. You put idiots in power and you get fed up with the people coming over. Shouldn't you be fed up with the people who are actually making life difficult for us in this country? This story says it all. This story is from yesterday. British family find migrants hiding in car luggage box during holiday to France. Now, that's not actually the story here, because this talks about how they were travelling in France to get to the place they were going to stay in, and the people hiding were hoping they were actually going back to Britain, which didn't actually happen. They were actually travelling in France. So, the key parts are here of the article. Is, however, the British couple and two children had just arrived in France and were driving towards the holiday destination upon discovering migrants. French media reported that the family asked the bystanders to call the police. The migrants fled the scene. Well, that's a start. So you can see that there are two 16-year-olds from Eritrea and Guinea. They sort of had British number plates. So clearly the European project, or the European country, the European continent, because we're told that we're racist and the entire European continent isn't. I can't imagine why they would want to come into a country that's racist towards black people. Amazing, isn't it? Here it is. The migrants were reportedly caught by local police and have since been released. Do you remember that guy who was on Sky News, the Iranian guy that spoke to Sky and said how on the second occasion when they were arrested, the French police released them again? Because France doesn't give a damn. They know it's people are not going to cause them a problem because they want to come here. And yet our government knows about this, the authorities know about it, the Home Office knows about it, Priti Patel and Boris Johnson know about it. British tourists all police had arrived in France on the Eurotunnel and stayed in Calais overnight, which is where the migrants are believed to have got into the luggage box. So you stayed in Calais overnight, two 16-year-olds got into your luggage box. Now, they didn't harm them in the end. What do you think would have happened, heaven God forbid, if the family was harmed? What kind of reaction do you think the people in this country would actually done by this point? Thus say the couple have filed a complaint for the theft because items of the luggage had been removed from the box. Yeah, because the French police go release two 16-year-olds who are legally in their country. I don't think they're going to spend much time helping out with your luggage box. So, Mr. Farage, for the 100th time, stop pissing us off, stop pissing me off, stop pissing this country off, and you should direct your anger directly at this man here. This man, Boris Johnson, he's the Prime Minister of the country. He got a majority. They've got a majority. They've got a majority. A majority for the 100th time. You're going to blame Labour for this, are we? Oh, it gets better. Recent in the Post, I don't know why I got this, but I mean, I've already resigned from the Labour Party, but Boris Johnson said this. Look at this. Urgent appeal, unleash the Britain Fund. It says here, 1 year ago today I stood on the steps of Downing Street for the first time as Prime Minister, announced it was time to unleash the productive power of the entire United Kingdom. A lot has changed since then. But a year later, my mission remains the same. I refuse to allow the potential of this great country to be held prisoner by the impact of coronavirus. Okay, that seems fair. For too long, parts of this country, many of which returned a Conservative MP for the first time in December, have felt left behind, as though someone had made a strategic decision that their fate did not matter. These areas cannot and should not wait any longer. It's up to us, the Conservative Party, to deliver for the whole of the United Kingdom, and that work must start now. That's why today I am relaunching our Unleash Britain Fund and making an urgent appeal to you to make a contribution. Hold on a second. So it goes further, right? To help us finally tackle this country's great unresolved challenges and build. To build the homes people need, fix the NHS, tackle the skills crisis, provide every child with the education they deserve, support our police, and level up every part of the country we love. Okay, so this is sent on the 24th of July. Okay, that's last week. It says here, support our police. When? Build the homes people need. Well, the Tories bang on that for 10 years now. When is that going to happen? Fix the NHS. NHS needs tearing apart. It's absolute garbage. The NHS is entire garbage. You've got housing, you've got crisis after crisis after crisis, supposedly. You've got nothing but scandal after scandal after scandal. NHS Tavistock, the NHS Shrewsbury Trust, 2 big scandals there. Nothing done about that at all. Tackle the skills crisis. Really? So when John Major provided the information, the actual facts about how we've got huge issues in this country about jobs, about opportunities, building, the housing crisis, with lack of builders, electricians and plumbers, skills trader we're lacking in. What happened to that? Why don't we encourage people to go into their skill trades? Why are we doing that for the last 20, 30 years? We've been sitting on our asses doing absolutely nothing about it. Level up every part of the country we love. Isn't it up to the people in that part of the community to get off their arse and do something about it? Unleash. To this, I need your help. I need you to make a donation to my Unleash Britain Fund. You're asking me, who's got fuck all, to actually help you. He says it also goes on Cirque Starmer. May have the major unions, the same unions that bankroll Corbyn to the tune of nearly 50 million, and with millions in inherited assets and reserves. But I have you, and I know with you by my side you'll succeed, just as within December last year. Okay, so you won an election with a spanking majority, and you still need the help. Well, number one, I didn't vote for you, so I don't know why I've been sent this. And 2, if you're going to actually go around and do something about this, then start quickly and start doing something about it, rather than sitting in your asses and thinking, maybe we need to lock down, maybe we need to put more, this is what I think of it actually. Let's go straight into the garbage. Pay enough taxes as it is. Not tolerating this crap anymore from these people. So Nigel Farage, how about you point your anger at this man? The Prime Minister, the one who got majority, how about you point your anger at Priti Patel? Don't waste your time travelling to places like this. How is it the migrants' fault they've been let into the country? How? Someone please explain this to me. Until then, nothing's going to change. And let me remind you, Nigel Farage told you to vote for these clowns. And in the end, what's going to happen? Same old crap. Every single time. The golden opportunity happened when Farage could have went in there and shaken the establishment to the core and got almost a quarter of the vote. Imagine that, based on those poll numbers that are coming out. It was there. It was the people wanting an actual Conservative Party, a real Conservative Party, not these progressive liberals. Boris Johnson is a Conservative, he's a liberal. Jacob Rees-Mogg may be a Conservative based on his way of life, but he's a Libertarian. There are no Conservatives. There are none. I'm just sick of it. I'm sick of Brexit. I'm sick of the Tories. I'm sick of Labour. I'm sick of the entire damn country. And quite frankly, I should spend probably. I'm going to probably spend a little bit more time. Been spending recently, a bit more time trying to work out where we're getting out of this country. It's not because I'm recognisable. The country doesn't do anything about these problems. It doesn't seem to care. More stories I've come across about children being stabbed. The amount of ones you've seen I've posted on my Facebook feed. This cannot go on. Like I said before, if the people, the lower classes here, and the working class people around this areas start protesting, start getting violent, don't think for 1 second I won't be on the front line, because I will be. France released these people, released everybody. They didn't give a damn. European Union doesn't give a damn about us. But you can't seem to articulate that. So mushy, these so-called conservatives, all mushy, a lot of them. Absolutely fucking useless to the lot of them.